Yeah, you know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped into Streetnerdz Radio, the #1 station in the streets right now. Shout out to our sponsors, Bright Future Media, Bright Everything for the full episodes. Shout out to our clothing sponsors, No Rats Allowed. Make sure you go get that new merch. I heard they dropping real soon. We got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's good? My name is DNA Picasso. You know, I'm out here in the scene doing my damn thing.
Man, let's get them familiar for the people who ain't too familiar with you. Where you from and how'd you grow up, bro?
So originally, I'm from New York. I was born in New York, and then I got adopted with my twin brother. I was in foster care for a little bit, and then I moved to California with my new fam, and then I came out here in high school. Ended up going to CT out in Aurora, but I lived over by Rangeview, so I was using my cousin's address to get into the good school.
What brought your family to Colorado?
My pops switching jobs and shit. Honestly, everything kind of fell apart in California. It got too expensive. We had to come back out here. We stayed with my grandma for a little bit. And then my dad brought his little ting out here, whatever, you know, kind of split up the family and shit. But then we got a crib. He got a crib over by on the side of our golf course.
Right.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was like a shock. I never really lived nowhere like that before.
So coming up, how would you say your childhood was like being in high school here? Or just in period, with everything that you were going through as a child, how was that childhood?
I mean, I think being here was the best thing for my childhood. Like, I was getting into a lot of trouble in California. And so coming out here was like an opportunity to, you know, get a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of shit. It was a lot of, like, Mexican and black, like, riots and shit in my school in California. And, like, niggas was getting to some shit every single day, bro. Like, niggas was not safe. And I was in a school that had like 90% Mexicans in it. So,
it wasn't. What part of California?
I was actually living in Miraloma before I moved out here, on the edge of Miraloma and Corona, like in the inland, in the IE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you come to Colorado. You start going to high school here. What was the biggest change from California to Colorado?
Shit, white people fucking with niggas and being friendly and shit. Like, I didn't really have no white friends at all in California, to be honest. Like, the racism was crazy. So coming out here, like, white people, white bitches wasn't like fucking with niggas and shit. Like, that was a whole different thing for me.
So when would you say that you fell in love with music? Not making music, but fell in love with the music.
Probably when I was in college.
But was it a song or a moment?
It was a moment in time. I had got hurt running track because I was on a scholarship and I was out in Nebraska, and there wasn't shit in Nebraska. I was in Hastings, actually, and I was running track out there. I got hurt. I dislocated my shoulder long jumping, and I ended up just kind of, you know, doing the music shit, recording myself. We had this place called the Gray Center. It was like this studio on campus. So I just go in there, and I had a nigga who actually live here now. His name is Malcolm Z, but he was in the studio right next door making beats, and I was rapping, like pulling some shit off YouTube and whatnot. And I walked next door. I was like, "You making beats, bro?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let me get a couple." He was like, "You got to be tight, bro." So I ended up hopping on one of his shits, and then
he was like, "You tight, bro."
He's like, "You tight, bro." He's like, "You tight," and so he ended up producing my first project. Which, looking back on it now, I'm like, why did I do that?